We all make choices in life, some impulsive, some deliberate, but some stay with us longer than we expect. She made a choice and so did I, but mine came with silence, healing, and letting go. I remember the exact moment she told me about him. Her eyes sparkled, not with guilt, but with excitement, like she was chasing something new, something dangerous. She said, "I think I need something else. They're too safe, too safe." I never understood how love and safety could be opposites in someone's dictionary, but to her, they were. I had loved her quietly, deeply, without theatrics or empty promises. I showed up on time, listened to her stories even when they didn't make sense, stayed up during her breakdowns, and celebrated her wins like they were mine. But I guess consistency doesn't make your heart race the way unpredictability does. She left, and it wasn't some dramatic walkout or screaming match. She drifted slowly, like a tide pulling away from the shore, until one day, she was gone with him. And he was loud, exciting, wild, the type who made rash decisions and apologized with flowers. I knew his kind. He was the now, I was the always. And in that moment of her craving chaos, she chose now. I didn't stop her. I didn't fight. I didn't send paragraphs or beg her to stay. I just let her go. It wasn't easy. The silence afterward was the loudest thing I had ever endured. Every room felt hollow. Every song sounded like her laugh. Every cafe, park bench, and street corner turned into a memory trap. But I didn't call. I didn't text. I knew if love had to be chased, it wasn't love anymore. Months passed. Then a year. In that year, I became someone I hadn't met before. I started running not from pain but with purpose. I picked up the pieces I had dropped for her. Passions, my friendships, my dreams. I traveled. I painted again. I slept better. I also met someone not in a fairy tale kind of way. There was no dramatic meet cute or sparks flying. It was calm, peaceful. She asked about my day and meant it. She never made me feel like I had to earn her attention. With her, I was enough. Just as I was, it wasn't thrilling like a storm. It was steady like sunrise. Then one evening, nearly a year and a half after that goodbye, I saw her again. I was at the bookstore, arms full of novels and coffee in hand, when I heard a soft voice say, "Hey." It was her. She looked different, not physically, but in her eyes. The sparkle was gone, replaced by something else, a question, perhaps, or regret. I smiled politely, said hello. She hesitated, then asked if we could talk. We ended up at a quiet cafe nearby. The irony wasn't lost on MIT, was the same one where we used to dream about our future. She looked down a lot. Her fingers trembled slightly as she held her cup. Then she said it. I made a mistake. She told me everything, how the thrill she chased turned out to be exhaustion in disguise. How he was unpredictable not because he was passionate, but because he was unstable. How he raised his voice in ways I never did. How he loved her in moments, not in constants. "I miss what we had," she whispered. I stayed quiet. "You were home," she added, "and I left because I didn't understand the value of peace." A year ago, those words would have broken me, or maybe they would have pulled me back in. But that night, they didn't move me like they used to, because while she was chasing chaos, I had built peace. I had healed in places I didn't know were wounded. Most importantly, I had let her go. "I'm sorry," she said again, eyes glossy. "Can we try again?" I looked at Hurley, same person I once planned forever with. The same one who left me for someone louder, only to find silence in return. I sighed, not in anger, but in clarity. "I don't have that love anymore," I said. "Not because I hate you, but because I gave it all when I thought it mattered." She nodded slowly, biting her lip to stop it from trembling. "I just thought maybe, I don't know, that you'd wait." I gave a soft smile. I did wait. I waited for myself. And I found him. She left the cafe quietly this time. I watched. Her walk away not with heartbreak, but with peace. Because sometimes love isn't about holding on. It's about knowing when it's time to stop waiting. She chose him, and I chose myself.